Oh, what's up, Becky? How you doing? First person in today. So we're gonna give it a few minutes before we start talking about Khal Drogo. Gonna see if more people end up joining. Need a better place to put my chat. Just ate a bunch of almonds and they're like stuck in my teeth. Driving me nuts. They were good though. Can't go wrong with some almonds. All right. It just jumped from 0 to 6 people. So, what's up, everybody? Hopefully, everybody's having a great day so far. Excuse me. We're gonna give it a few minutes, see who all joins, and then we'll start talking about What If Wednesday for the first time ever. I love almonds. Oh yeah, they're so good. They're so good. I'm not really a big fan of the salted ones, but that's what my wife bought. But they're still pretty good. They're still pretty good. I like raw almonds the best. But these are like toasted and salted, so they're not bad. But I'm not big on salt, to be honest. Not a big salt eater. Yes. What if Drogo lived? That is what we are going to be talking about. Alan Jolly. Thank you so much for joining in, by the way. Let me do something. Okay, let me pull this back up. Let me turn my phone off. Now we got Sonia. What's up? Hey, I'm working on that list for you. I have a couple pages. I'm hoping to finish it tomorrow night. Almonds toasted with cocoa powder are fantastic. Not too sure how long I can stay tonight. All good, but yeah, that would be awesome. Just yeah, as soon as you send it to me, I will check it out, and then we'll get started on a video for sure. And almonds toasted with cocoa powder sounds pretty amazing. I'm not gonna lie. That sounds awesome. But yeah, I'm not honestly too sure. We'll see how the stream's going, but I may end up only doing a 30 to 40 minute stream because I got a lot of stuff to do. I need to figure out a video to make for tomorrow before I go back to work, but I also need to be in bed super early, so I'm not too sure what to do yet. It might be, I might have to skip an upload tomorrow, which will suck because that'll be 10 days into January and I'm already skipping an upload. So I don't know. Making me want almonds. Oh, Diamond makes them. I think, yeah, that's where those came from that I was eating. So that sounds really good. I'll have to check those out. Amanda David, how you doing? Thank you so much for joining in. We got Jomo, or Gloria. We're going to call you Gloria. Shout out to Gloria for joining in. Glow loves Jomo. We got Antique Gamer. We got Mike Parrott. Everybody's joining in. You guys are fantastic. Thank you so much for showing up and supporting the stream. But yeah, we're going to be talking about what if Khal Drogo lived. And it's mainly going to be focused on what you guys say because I'm super interested, and I'm sure we're going to be bouncing ideas off each other and stuff. But we'll see how it goes. If it ends up getting too boring or something like that, we can kind of result back to the regular streams. Morning from the land of Oz. How's the Rugrat today? She's gotten a little bit better, but now that it's probably it's nighttime and she's gonna start winding down, she'll probably start feeling a little rough. But hopefully now that she's got a couple doses of steroids and hey man, I prefer a glow if you don't mind. Yes, we can do that, glow. But yeah, we can. Oh, hold on. What was I saying? Oh, she's feeling a little bit better, I think, now that she's got a couple doses of the steroids in her. And it just sucked because yesterday when we got her medicine, she was already starting to feel bad. So hopefully we can stay on top of it. It should be fine. But let's see. We got KJ. Thank you so much for joining in. But yeah. Okay. If Khal Drogo lived, would Dany need her dragons? Yes. I still think Dany would need her dragons. But Oh, I made a meme. Where's the best place to send to you? It's funny. Probably Twitter. Twitter. Let's see. Okay. So, the first question we had was if Khal Drogo lived, would Dany still need her dragons? So, Dany didn't really transition. Dany wouldn't have transitioned right without her dragons, I do not believe. I mean, she was starting to become like a true Khaleesi, but it wasn't really until Khal Drogo died that she really took charge. Like, before he died, he was the man, you know what I mean? He was the one leading everyone. So when Drogo died, not only did it drive her into wanting more and put her through some struggles, but she also kind of became the number one. So very, very interesting. Very interesting. Dany made Drogo fall in love with her in one episode. Dany and Jon had season 7 together, and I'm still not convinced. Yeah, that was two totally different environments and two totally different situations, though, I think. I think Khal Drogo is a little different than Jon. For real. I think if he lived, she wouldn't have the blood magic to hatch them. Yeah. See, it gets super interesting. It gets super interesting. Was it the blood magic, or was it just like... I wonder if the dragons kind of knew that they were needed. And then, of course, when she walked into the fire and stuff, it's very interesting why the dragons actually hatched. That would make for a good video. I think he would have done Dany's wishes, but she wouldn't have had the whole Dothraki behind her. Yeah, he was, I think, getting towards conquering. If Khal lived, then Rhaego, her son, would have probably lived, since there wouldn't have been blood magic involved. And then the stallion who mounts the world. That is a very, very, very good point. Oh, we got Jack in here. He says, hi, we need to do one. What if Tywin didn't die, maybe? What if Tywin didn't die? Sorry, I can't stay long tonight. All good, buddy. I don't know how long the stream will actually be. But yeah, we could actually do that one next if you guys want to. What if Tywin didn't die? Sonya says, it would have been more difficult for Dany to get allies in Westeros if she was merely the wife of a cow. Exactly. She would not be the number one. She would be number two. It would pretty much be all up to Drogo, and she would be following him around. So it all changed when he died, and she was the number one pretty much. I think it was the blood magic. It's very interesting. Very interesting. Alan thinks it was blood magic as well. Virginia says, hey, dude, you cut your hair, didn't you? No, it's actually growing out, and it's in the middle stages right now. I just have a beanie on because, yeah, middle stage pretty much. But now I'm working on growing it back out for sure. I agree with the baby theory. If Drogo didn't die, the baby wouldn't have either. Exactly. So what would that have meant? What would that have meant if Rhaego was around? Because what would he be? He'd be like 4? Would he be 4 by now? 5? 6? No, he'd be like, holy shit, he would be more like 7 or 8, wouldn't he? Drogo was powerful, but just one of many. Drogo was the most powerful, for sure. Drogo was a beast. We only really got to see him fight one time, and it was devastating to that other guy. Yeah, interesting about the dragons, though. They probably wouldn't have hatched without the sacrifice. So, yeah, she would have a son, but she wouldn't have 3 dragons. She would have a husband, but she wouldn't have 3 dragons. She wouldn't have left, and her army would have been much smaller. He would have been born season 2? Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. It's very interesting, though, to think about. How are the Dothraki going to be dressed this coming season? That's what I'm worried about. Warmer. But yeah, that is going to be super interesting, too. We already seen kind of... I'm thinking it's Unsullied. I forget who pointed it out yesterday, but in the stream... They pointed out that if you look in the top right when you see Jorah and Dany on that little piece of footage that they released, that the Unsullied were wearing like double-layered helmets and stuff. It was pretty cool. I think when push came to shove, the Dothraki would not have crossed the poison water. They only follow her now because they've seen what she can do. So even if Drogo was going to go through it, do you think they would have rebelled and just not have done it. Would Drogo have even done it? All he had was 40,000 and no dragons. Yes. How many men are there in the Unsullied? The Dothraki will wear more skins up north. What if no one can stop the Night King? Shout out to John Black. Thank you so much for joining in. I think we're actually going to do a video on the Night King. But, yeah, we've talked about that a little bit. If it ends up becoming to where they have to wall him off. But I think the Night King will be stopped. I don't think we'll have to worry about that. The Dothraki have to have some winter clothes. I hope so. I'm sure they do. Is there any lore about the conditions dragon hatched in fire and blood or anything? Anyone know? I just started it. I actually have not read it. Shocker, right? But, yeah, does anybody have any ideas on that? I think it's interesting just how the dragon eggs came into her possession. And I wonder why the show didn't really use Illyrio much anymore. I have seen some things and heard some things about Fire and Blood talks about how the dragon eggs may have not came from the Shadowlands like Illyrio talked about. Drogo dying was the best thing for Dany. I agree. That's what set her off. So we're talking about one person dying that completely changed the outcome of her character for sure. Oh, unless she went with her because she did have him. I don't know about it. That was pretty funny though. Oh, but shout out to So Let's Go. Thank you so much for joining in. If Drogo had lived, the dragon eggs wouldn't have hatched. Yep, that's the main thing. But there is some info about where Dany's eggs might have come from. That's what I was just talking about. We are on the same. What is this? Oh, let me check something real quick. Okay. Who said fighting the Dothraki in open ground was suicide? Was it Jorah? Did Jorah say that? If Drogo didn't die, do you think Jorah would have ended up just going back to Westeros? What would Jorah be doing? Drogo was good for Dany. He did help her grow so much, but without his death, no breaker of chains, no mother of dragons. 1,000%. I do agree. Drogo would be dead by now. Don't think their leaders last that long the way they live. But Drogo was just... I think it had to be something almost kind of supernatural that took Drogo out. I do believe. Oh, Robert said it? Gotcha. Oh, Jorah talked about how Robert may be just stupid enough to meet them in open field. As Kavara said, everyone is who and where they are for a reason. Terrible things happen for a reason. Drogo's death. I agree 1,000%. Shout out to Khaleesi Clues. Thank you so much for joining in. Alan Jolly Bridge4 did a video on that woman who stole 3 dragon eggs. Very interesting. I'll have to check that out as well. Jorah was in love with her. He wasn't going anywhere. Even knowing that what was I going to say? Even knowing that Drogo was still alive, you don't think it would have changed his mind a little bit? I'll sit to Twitter. All right, we'll check it out. Twitter. Oh, man, that's pretty funny. Pretty funny. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. Favorite of a Targaryen. Oh, a favorite of a Targaryen that wanted to sell the world. Sir Friendzone would have stayed creeping around. Sir Friendzone. I like it. So you guys think he would have stayed? That would have been crazy. Could you imagine seeing Jorah interacting with Dany's kid? Very, very weird. Sir Friendzone, that was pretty good. No problem. Thank you. This is my favorite subject. Drogo, Rhaego, and Dany. Awesome. Well, anything you want to talk about with it, fire away. Fire away. Because it's super interesting. It's very interesting. No way he would have stayed anyway, I think. I don't know if he would have stayed or not, to be honest. Jorah's pathetic. Yeah, he kind of is. Poor guy. Poor guy. I don't know what Lila's doing in there. Oh, I guess her and her mom are singing. But, yeah, Sir Friendzone, that was pretty good. Fapping in a tent nearby. Oh, man. But imagine Jorah talking to Imagine Jorah talking and hanging out with Rhaego. That would have been super weird. I do feel for him, though. I don't really feel bad for Jorah, honestly. He doesn't really... I don't know. I can't really feel bad for Jorah. Because he's going after, and he's trying so hard to go after something he knows he'll never have. Sometimes you just got to give up, I do believe. I believe very strongly that Rhaego lives. Season 8, he is coming. Oh, man. What kind of details you got for that? That's crazy. That's crazy. In the show, it looked like Dany and Drogo fell in love. He would have done anything for her. Yes, I agree. I think, and I mean, just think of the short amount of time that was going down. So if he would have lived, they would have had a smaller army, probably no dragons. In season 8, I hope he can make peace with his family. That's going to be a underrated interaction, I think. Lyanna Mormont, yeah, and Jorah. It's going to be interesting. Excuse me. Can't wait for Jorah to meet Lyanna Mormont. She'll rip him to pieces. Yes. Oh, Khaleesi Clues. Do you have any videos on that? Yeah, if you do, feel free to link them in the chat. Definitely. Tons. I will go on forever. If you want to link your most recent one in the chat, that would be awesome. Jeff Matthew. Shout out to you, man. Thank you so much for joining in. Wonder who Jorah was married to. His wife is with another man, but who? Does it really talk? Does it talk about Jorah's wife? In the show, I don't think it does, but in the books, does it? Jorah has earned redemption. Yes, I mean, all he really did was sell slaves. I think he's earned his redemption for sure, but he's still going after something that he should just know he'll never get. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think she did love Drogo, but it was different than what she is feeling for Jon. Well, she's a completely different person. She was sold to Drogo, basically. So she was forced into it. I'm not convinced that if Dany had her pick of what she was doing at the time, she would have been with Drogo. You know what I mean? Like she was scared of him at first. Let's see. Oh, did I miss something? Oh, did she really love Drogo, or did she like the power? I think she loved him. And, I mean, that was really the first time she felt safe, I think. So, she was young. Like Sonya says, yeah, it was puppy love. Maybe, I think it was further than puppy love towards the end, especially. I think he was a big part of her changing and stuff. I'm not sure about the egg part. The eggs were given to Dany. She would have cracked the code and shelled the dragon eggs at some time. You think so? Even if Drogo lived? That would have been huge. Imagine having Drogo. Well, then she wouldn't have the Unsullied. Well, she might, I guess. She still might have the Unsullied. What if it ended up going pretty much the exact same way, except she just had the original Khalasar and then Drogo at her side? Let's see. Jorah never saw the baby at all. He just reported what was told to him by the witch. That's very interesting. So do you think, but where would the baby have went to? Where would the baby have went to? Because Mary ended up dying. So where would the baby have went? Oh, interesting. So you think the fiery hand has him, and he's like their Azor Ahai or something. He was born while the red meteor was in the sky, which was supposed to be a big sign. I wonder why the comet was never really, like, I don't know. I felt like I remember watching the show, and I'm like, man, this comet really, really means something. But they didn't really talk about it too much. But very interesting. The Mormonts are tough. Could have been Stockholm Syndrome. Let's see. And I did like the interaction between Jorah and Sam. Yeah, that was pretty cool. That was a pretty cool part. I don't know how to link my theory video on here, but it was one of the first videos I ever did titled, okay, I can probably find it. Let me see if I can find it real quick, and I'll link it right in. Found it, I think. Yeah, got it. Okay, here we go. All right, you guys should be able to check that out if you want to. That's The Return of Khal Drogo, Miri Mazdur Prophecy by Khaleesi Clues. Everybody should definitely check that out. Let's see. Papa Mormont saved Sam. Sam saved his son. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool how things come around like that. Like, I was even watching too where like Arya slits Walder Frey's throat. Like, she doesn't even know it, but that's exactly what happened to Catelyn. So it's like a crazy revenge. I don't know. This show is just so damn good. It blows my mind. Just all the small things that you could watch and not even really understand until it just hits you. It's crazy. Oh, he was taken by the R'hllor people. The what ifs in the show. The baby was full of Grey Worms, foreshadowing Grey Worm. That's pretty cool. Maybe she will name her baby with Jon after Drogo. That would be so inappropriate. Yes, it would. She already has a dragon. I think she should. She's got to name all kinds of things. Let's let Jon name the kid. Little Ned Targaryen, Eddard Targaryen. I don't know. Will we see Kinvara? I do believe so. Comet present right after Rhaego's birth, born in the Dothraki Sea, salt, fire, intense smoke. Oh shit! It's getting heavy. The comet was during the birth of the dragons, a sign of the rebirth of magic in the world. Yeah, that's what I was getting to. But is that? I don't know. That just seems like. I think the only person that really said it was what's her name? The Wildling. Why can't I think of her name? I was just Osha. Yeah, I don't know why I couldn't think of Osha. Oh, awesome. Thank you. No problem at all. If you guys ever want to link anything in here, feel free to. I'm sure there are people out there naming their kids Drogo today. Oh my God. Could you imagine that? All of the men fall in love with Dany? Pretty much. That's why she's going to be the one to fulfill the Maggie the Witch prophecy and overthrow Cersei. Excuse me. That would be crazy if Dany's baby didn't die. So then what do you think happens with her and Jon having a baby? Well, if Drogo never died, so the kid lived, she might not even meet Jon. What would that change on the Westeros side of things? Would it change anything? So if Khal Drogo lived, he possibly would have kept her from going to Westeros. Whew. It's getting crazy. And then, oh man, it's getting really tough. Would Jon still have found his way to Dragonstone? I don't know. I'm getting like super far ahead. I can't think that far. All men do love Dany. Yeah, pretty much. If you think about it, really everyone does. From Tyrion to Jorah to Drogo to Jon. It's pretty nuts. Grey Worm doesn't. There's a part in the book that I forgot to mention in my video. The very first line after the Miri Mazdur Rhaego chapter is Tywin's line. They have my son. Oh, man. Getting in deep. Red Sonja says, I'm pretty sure Rhaego is gone. I think it's pretty far. It's pretty far. That would be absolutely crazy, though. Absolutely crazy. But I would think he was gone, too. But that is pretty crazy. It's just imagine, like, writing a book where you can literally, just the way that you write literally has everybody guessing everything, second guessing everything. Like, are people really dead? Like, I don't know. It's nuts. It's nuts. George R.R. Martin is just a genius. The red comet comes around every 16 years. It has been stated that there is not anything to do with magic. How will Sam react to his brother's death? That's going to be very interesting, too, to his brother and his father's death. I wonder, hopefully they bring it up. You think it could be one of those things they just skip past? I was so glad they went to all the trouble of bringing Osha back just to kill her. That's the main reason to bring people back. Relieved about dad, sad about the brother. Yeah, I don't think he can really. I don't really think he'll do much, honestly. There's another part in the book about Dany feeling the eggs begin to stir. This is right after she conceived Rhaego. The magic is stronger now with Rhaego. Oh, man. These are pretty good. These are good details for sure. What if Hodor comes back season 8 as a white? I don't think he's going to. I've mentioned it a couple times and I forget what you guys say, but I feel like I read somewhere that the actor who played Hodor had like some beef with cast members or showrunners or something. Something wasn't good about it. Maybe he said something bad in an interview or something like that. Maybe I'm making it up. I don't know. But I was thinking that the actor who played Hodor, something didn't go right. She would have killed him if he didn't die. Wait, are you talking about Rhaego? Dany would have killed Rhaego, or Dany would have killed Drogo if he didn't die? Explain. I would like to hear. In the books, every character took the comet as a different sign. It was visible in the sky for a moon, I think, but it being somehow connected to dragons was what made the most sense to me. Yeah, me too. That's what Osha was saying. I do believe. I think she tells Brandon the gods would that she's like, dragons are back. What if Dany conquered the free cities first? That would be something that I think that's probably the route they would go in, honestly. Drogo and Dany, they would have captured most of Essos, I do believe. Nope, I'm hitting my microphone. This is cool, though. This is creating some serious dialogue. Let's see. Oh, a theory that it's a spaceship? Yeah, I don't buy it either. Off topic for a moment, Arya killed Walder Frey and then said Winter came for House Frey. I have to ask about the White Walkers and Winter is coming. Who is Winter? Winter is just winter, but winter brings the White Walkers and the White Walkers bring the winter. So winter is just their way of saying always be prepared. Winter is coming. Like it's not going to be daisies and butterflies forever. That's what I think. I think it's just kind of like be prepared. And then said winter came for House Frey. It's almost like winter is the end. The end came for House Frey. Hodor was one of my favorites. Yeah, he was a good character for sure. Super sad, super sad. I watched a couple interviews though with his with the person that played him. I think he's actually a DJ. Like it's crazy because you wouldn't think. I don't know, like just who played him doesn't fit his character at all. The dude's got like facial tattoos and stuff. It's definitely different. Everyone loved Hodor. Didn't the actor who portrays him say at a con that he was coming back? I don't think so. If I missed that completely. I feel like something went down with that actor though. I just don't remember what. Or I guess I could be crazy. Oh, what did Sonya say that I missed? Oh, are you guys talking about the spaceship still? Oh, wait a second. Jorah did mention to Dany that he had an expensive wife, so he sold slaves. Yeah, he does tell her why he was exiled from Westeros, for sure. He just refrained to tell her that he was pretty much spying on her. Would have killed Drogo. How would Dany have killed Drogo, you think? Very interesting. Don't forget to drop a like if you're enjoying the chat, guys. I appreciate that so much. Winter is coming does not mean be prepared. Those house slogans are boasts or threats. I think it could be taken as kind of be prepared. The way that Ned uses it a lot. It's like winter is coming, like bad things are happening, be prepared. I think I could see it that way. Yeah, I can see it as a threat too. Winter is coming is a threat. But it's not really their threat. It's a threat to everyone. I think it's a threat to everyone. But do they mean the Kings of Winter or the others? I would say the others if I had to pick between the two. But I think it's the generalized Stark words that could pretty much be used in about everything. Like they could say it for really anything. Excuse me. I mean, Ned didn't even really... Did they talk about... Yeah, Ned didn't even really believe in the White Walkers. I don't think. Because that first guy that he beheads... Just calls him a madman. A madman sees what he sees. It's the kind of thing you shout in battle. It's like, I, House Stark, am coming, you motherfucker. That's hilarious. Forgot to mention the TV series also does the same scene with Tywin saying they had my son during a meeting right after the Dany Rhaego death scene. Just little clues here and there. Yeah, it is crazy. How would the baby have been taken by followers of her lore? Where would that have happened? Where would that have happened? I don't mean any of you are MFers. It's just how I would say it in battle. That's hilarious. Let's see. If Dany played the long game, she could have overwhelmed Westeros, the Braavosi fleet under Dany versus the Iron Fleet. If she worked on taking over Essos and stuff, she would have had even more people. So it was very interesting. Yeah, Ned knew. Yeah, okay. Ned knew about the White Walkers from his brother. That's very, very true. Good point. Good point. Very, very true. Man, what if Ned didn't die? That would be a good one, too. What if Ned didn't die? I guess the only way he wouldn't have died is if he pretty much was able to take the black. So then, shit. So imagine him taking the black. Holy cow. All right, we can't talk about that right now. Got to focus on Drogo. Maybe next time I should do like 2 different points. We can talk about 2 different points. Like what if Ned didn't die and what if Tywin didn't die? Instead of maybe just making it all about Drogo. Because, man, my mind's just rolling. Thinking about a little bit of everything. I don't know what my wife's cooking, but it smells super good. Maybe Jorah wouldn't have had the change of heart and stopped the attempted assassins. Wasn't the last attempt after... I can't remember. I remember the main one with the wine. That was before for sure. I don't remember. I don't think Jorah could have not saved her, though. I think even if he didn't want to be around her and he wanted to go back to Westeros, I don't think Jorah could have not saved her. Because I think he obviously just felt something no matter what. I think Ned was still skeptical about the White Walkers. Very sure, or very true. There was really nobody that wasn't skeptical about the White Walkers. Except for Jon, really, but he's seen him with his own eyes. Will the Night King be killed, cured, or truce? Destroyed. I think he would be destroyed. Are we still in the what if Khal Drogo? Trying to stay there. Trying to stay there for sure. It's just tough. During all the chaos when the cows were fighting over who was going to rule because Drogo had fallen off his horse and Dany was going into birth. Oh, wait a second. Oh, okay. Yeah, when I asked you. Very, very interesting. That would be super tight, though. Super tight. Because you figure it had to come out of Dany, obviously. So Dany was there. And you would think, you know, her, what are they called? Not maidens, but What's the word? I don't really know what the word would be for him. They're kind of like handmaidens, but that would be hard to sneak a baby out, though, past the handmaidens and everybody else. I don't know. That's so tough. That's so tough. It'll be crazy, but that's super tough for me, I think. Ned protected Jon. He did not want Dany to die. Exactly. Enough people had died in the past wars. Yeah, Ned was very honorable. He didn't think killing a child was right in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, I think Jorah was already in love at that point. Yeah, I don't think there's any way that Jorah wouldn't have saved her. I think if Khal Drogo lived, Dany wouldn't need her dragons right away, but it would have not been easy for her to conquer the world the way she did. Well, I don't think she could have done it without her dragons, to be honest. Her dragons is, like, the Targaryen name went so far, but they probably wouldn't even have let them in Qarth without the dragons. So it gets super interesting. But do they really need to go to Qarth? God, there's so much to think about. She still could have done it with Drogo dead, but it would have been a lot harder and longer to do, but still had new dragons. You mean if Drogo wasn't dead? Yeah, I think she still would have ended up with the dragons. I still think she would have. The kid in Qarth had that weird scorpion, and Barristan Selmy saved her, not Jorah, just remembered. I gotcha. You should binge watch the series. Oh, you talking about just Game of Thrones? Me and my brother have been watching it. We just finished season 1, probably halfway through season 2. It just sucks because with Lila running around, I can't really watch Game of Thrones until she goes to sleep, and then if I have to work, I have to go to bed super early. So, yeah, it makes it tough for sure. I would probably have to watch it in here in my office with my door shut or something, just because I don't want her seeing all that stuff or hearing it. Drogo would have had that. Wait, Drogo would have had that girl barefoot and pregnant forever. She would become like seriously all obsessed with her kids. Yeah, except not inbred and probably not as maniacal. But yeah, that's probably the most true sentence ever. Drogo would have had that girl barefoot and pregnant forever. That's hilarious. They would have ended up having a lot of kids probably. Yeah, it was the wine seller who tried to poison her. Exactly. And that was before he died. Ned didn't want Dany to die because he knew Jon was related to her. I didn't even think about that. He would have known that they were all related, but I don't think that's why he wouldn't want her to die. I think he just wouldn't want her to die because, well, one, he knew the truth behind everything, that Rhaegar wasn't really bad, and plus, what do they have to do with the Mad King? You know what I mean? Like their offspring, but, well, the series kind of went a little nutty, but yeah, I think he just didn't see a point in killing 2 children, basically, across the Narrow Sea. Rhaegar and Viserion only small because they were chained up. They were chained up. I think Drogo was always going to be bigger anyways, though. You could just tell from the first shot where Drogo's up on her shoulder, you can just tell that is the main dragon. Drogo was killed and replaced with Drogon. Oh, the wine cellar and then the weird blue-lipped House of the Undying thing when we first met Barristan Selmy. Blue-lipped House of the Undying thing. Oh, the Warlocks? Is that what we're talking about? I just got back to that. Like, I think the last episode me and my brother watched was literally where the Warlocks take the dragons. I didn't realize Barristan Selmy came in that fast. I didn't realize Barristan came in that fast over to Essos. Interesting. That's part of why MD kept Dany drugged up and out for a lengthy time. Dany felt Rhaego slipping away as if he never existed. He was being taken further away. Oh, that's nuts. That's nuts to think about. What purpose would he have if he did come back, though? If he came in season 8, what purpose would he have? I don't think so. Danny would not have been having heaps of kids. Her brother could see that she was starting to have influence over Drogo. That is true. I think she would add more, though. I think she would add more than one. What if all our dragons were as big as Drogo, or if the Night King killed Drogo instead? I'm not too sure that them increasing in size just a little bit would matter as much, to be honest. But if the Night King killed Drogo instead, that would have been huge. That would have been a huge blow. They would have not went to Karth at all. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. She was stated Khaleesi, never truly a queen as long as she lived. A well-respected Khaleesi, but still. Excuse me. I just can't picture Drogo actually going to Westeros. The proclamation was made in anger. I don't know what the rage was. I don't know that the rage was enough to fuel an actual invasion for the Dothraki. Yeah, and I don't know if anybody would have followed. Yeah, they probably would have followed Drogo if he would have decided to do it. What would Drogo have done with the dragons? Would Drogo tried to kill the dragons? Drogo would not have. He would not have bested a dragon. But what would Drogo have even done with the dragons? What would he have thought? He'd have freaked out. Everyone makes such a big deal about the incest. It was always cool for the Targaryens, except for that one conflict with the faith. Yeah, I don't think it's a big deal. Not on this show. A little weird at first, like when you see Jaime and Cersei banging it out in the tower, but yeah. After that, you kind of get used to it. The kids should not pay for the sins of the parents. Exactly. Drogo was a sitting target. I'll have to go back and watch that. I think I've only seen it. I think I've only seen season 7 once or twice. I need to brush up on it for sure. Last thing, there's been a 10, 12-year-old boy cast for season 8. He's supposed to have a distinctive face and able to be in his own scenes. I believe he is supposed to be in 3 episodes. What would the purpose be for sure? Oh, that's going to get me into another theory. If you ask what Rhaego's purpose is, you need to watch my videos. Okay, I definitely will. Definitely will, instead of making you type it all up. But that is very interesting. Thank you again for letting me rant. It's my favorite. Oh, no problem at all. You're always welcome to talk about whatever you want to, for sure. That's very cool. However, the interesting plot point would have been if Dany chose to go against Drogo and break away to try and invade Westeros somehow on her own. Nicole Huffman makes a very great point. Thank you so much for joining in. Sorry if I've been missing you guys. I've been trying to focus on just reading everything. But Nicole Huffman makes a very good point. The interesting point would have been if Dany had to go against Drogo because he didn't want to go any further. Would she have wanted to go? I think she still would have wanted to have taken it over. That makes a very good point. They would have ended up splitting, possibly. Yeah, that's a very good point. Shout out to Nicole Huffman. That's awesome. If you research our families, I'm sure most of us could find incest anywhere from 400 to 1200 years ago. I wouldn't doubt it. Looking into history, the Egyptians would intermarry in the past. Okay, that was the same thing from Khaleesi. That's funny. I would follow Jason Momoa anywhere. Me too. I'm a dude. Yeah, I would too. Jason Momoa is awesome. That's funny. A lot of royal families did that. Yep, just to keep the bloodline pure. Even the Starks had an uncle marry his niece. I didn't know about that. That's cool. Case in point, the Habsburg dynasty. I don't know anything about them, to be honest. Actually, that was only normal for noble families to keep the bloodlines pure. Yeah, that's what I just said. I think if Drogo was alive and Dany hatched her eggs, he would have to follow her. Yes, it would have been Khal, Dany, and Khaleesi, Khaleesi Drogo. That's hilarious. Oh, you're very welcome, Khaleesi, for sure. Khaleesi Clues. Everybody be sure to check her out. Definitely. I linked to one of her videos. I'll link it again. I think I still have it copy and pasted. If you guys want to go check out her video, that would be awesome. Let's see. Oh, okay, back to Khal Drogo. That's why Drogo had to die. They cannot have Dany stay and play house with her husband and child in the Dothraki. See, everything happens for a reason, Kinvara. Exactly. I mean, it's just fun to think about, but obviously, yeah, all this stuff is happening for a reason. George R.R. Martin has bent this story to his will. He's done everything for one reason or another at the end. It's so crazy. I'm so hungry I could eat a horse. That's pretty funny. Pretty funny. I understand your point, but that's not how ancestry works. We're not all the great, 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 great grandchildren of great wealthy people. Wealthy people. That's true. I think all Sonya said, though, was that some noble families did it. Oh, no, she said, I'm sure most of us could find incest anywhere from 4. Yeah, but if you think about it, like back in the day, I'm sure it would be pretty entirely possible to find incest if we look 1,200 years ago into our family tree. Definitely. Let's see. Oh, they ruled the Austria-Hungarian Empire, but strong on the incest marriages, and many died out. Gotcha. Yeah, it's kind of like Sonya said, for sure. Isn't Kinvara coming back with the Red Woman? I hope so. I hope so for sure. I really hope Melisandre and Kinvara come with a fiery hand. It's going to be interesting. You just have to go back far enough. I don't want to argue, but I know a great deal about genetics. Sonya has looked into her stuff. We've talked about it, but it seems plausible that we all kind of come from that. For sure. Yeah, it seems very plausible. Especially if you believe in certain religions, too. It gets pretty interesting. I mean, if you look at the basis of Christianity, wouldn't we all be pretty much incest? We're all just like a... My buddy used to put it some way. How did he used to say it? Something... He used to say something like, we're all... If you look back, we're all incest in the big gene pool or something. I forget what he used to say, but it was pretty funny. If Dany marries Jon, that will fulfill the pact of ice and fire. I think Jon is already ice and fire. But him and Dany getting married, I honestly don't think that's going to happen. I might be one of the only people who do not think it's going to happen, but I don't think they're going to get married. I mean, I don't think they're going to like split, but I don't think they're going to get married. Oh, Khaleesi says, I think we will get Kinvara, Mel, Rhaego, and the fiery hand. Yeah. I still don't know about Rhaego. It's going to be very interesting. I'll check out your videos for sure, but definitely the other 3. Stand by, bad joke. Don't pick on sandwiches for being in bread. Don't pick on bread for being in sandwiches, maybe? Genghis Khan killed off 1/4 of the world's population at the time, so that much I certainly can agree with. Yeah, exactly. So Drogo is alive. Dany has a miscarriage, though, and then uses the fire to hatch her eggs. Ah, so you think she still would have miscarried. That's pretty interesting. If she would have miscarried anyways, and then her eggs still hatch. So then we're basically in the same spot. Well, interesting. Very, very interesting. Let's see. That's a very good point. If she miscarried anyways. Or miscarried anyways. Yeah, I think Drogo still would have just held her back. I'll just have to say that I think Drogo would have held her back. We got Mr. Maui Stang. Is I'm saying that right? Maui Stang 66. What are you looking forward to? For season 8, what am I looking forward to? Oh, yeah, most in season 8. He says it right under. Thank you so much for joining in. Right off the bat, Jon and Arya. I'm looking the most forward to that. And then, honestly, I just want to see how it ends. I just want to see how it ends. I just want to see how this show ends. Because it has been brilliant so far. So, yeah. Just want to see how it ends. And then Jon and Arya, of course. I just want to see who lives, who dies, and how it ends. And I'll be happy. Let's see. Oh, wait, who gets married? Jon and Dany. I don't think they'll get married. Sonya, that's what I was talking about. Targaryen princess marrying a Stark. Jon is still part Stark. Definitely. 3 eggs, 3 lives. Only death can pay for life. 3 lives. Yeah. Ah, Antique Gamer, you just made a hell of a point. Blood magic it was. 3 eggs, 3 lives. Only death can pay for life. That's perfect. I like it. I like it. He is half Stark and half Targaryen and 100% hot. That's funny. My bad. Thanks for the correct. He is the epitome of ice and fire. I agree. What's the deal with Varys? Something up with him? Jeff, that is a difficult question, but definitely. Or how interesting would it be if literally Varys only wants peace? That's all he wants. That's all he wants is peace. And he was just, I don't know, they just built up the hype for him to be something else, for him to only really want peace. But I think he will come in handy with some type of sacrifice, which kind of sucks because Varys has kind of been a good guy. Like, I mean, really, what's something like super bad that Varys has really done? Like, I mean, he was pretty much like a bystander in some certain situations, but what could he have really done? And in some ways, he helped. He helped. So, like, I mean, he even came to talk to Ned. I mean, it wasn't really his fault that Joffrey ended up beheading him anyways. Oh, in the books, Varys wanted a hell of a lot more than peace. Helva is a good brand of cheese, by the way. Hell of a good cheese. Yeah, okay, I got to get into the books for sure. I was actually reading some earlier while Lila was napping. I fell asleep with her for a little bit, but then I ended up reading some. Super interesting. Almost done with book 1. Almost done. So my goal of finishing it by, did I say mid-February or mid-March? We're going mid-March. I think that's what I said, mid-March. So definitely. But in the show, has Varys really done anything bad? Jon equals the Lightbringer. Oh, man. We're getting into some deep stuff. Yeah, I think so. Jon will be the Lightbringer. Now, as far as Nissa and Azor Ahai and all that stuff, I just don't know. I don't know. I hate talking about that stuff, to be honest. Jon will insist on marrying Dany. He swore he would never have a bastard. But will Dany want to marry Jon? If he truly serves the realm, he should want peace, but does he? In the show, like, I can't really... Oh, Varys convinced the Mad King to open the gates to Tywin and King's Landing, then they were sacked, but the Mad King had it coming, though. And I think if it was up to Varys, I don't think he would have wanted the children. My nose is itching like crazy. I don't think he would have wanted the children killed by the mountain and stuff like that. But, I mean, the Mad King did need to go. Varys, whose side is he on? I think now he likes Jon. Jon is honorable, still too honorable, but a middle between Ned and Sansa. I think he leans way more towards Ned than Sansa. She's becoming super smart. I actually think I'm going to be coming out with a video pretty soon called Queen Sansa. Now, I know I will start out the video. I'll be like, you guys know that I think the will be broken, but here would be Sansa's shot at being queen because it is super interesting. She's becoming a very good character. And we all know that they love Sansa. Oh, my dad texted me. Papa Lycan. Okay. But yeah, we're going to be wrapping this up in about 10 minutes. You guys have been absolutely awesome. Excuse me. Sansa won't be queen. It's what she wanted. That is true. Yeah. If we're looking at it like that. I mean, I don't think there's going to be a king and queen anyways, but I've been thinking about it a lot. It's like the whole thing is called Game of Thrones. So it's almost like it needs to be broken. That's what we want to happen. But at the same time, like, can you really conclude the book if somebody doesn't win? I don't really know. I mean, I guess there would still be winners, but I don't know. I've just been thinking about it a lot. And I've been listening to Bridge 4, and I think he likes Sansa and Tyrion for king and queen. It's pretty interesting. Varys also killed Kevin Lannister because he was being a good hand in rebuilding the realm. I agree. I agree. Show Varys has not committed the same acts. Yeah, so that's kind of what I'm stuck on. I need to get to the books for sure. Sansa wanted to be a lady. She won't be a lady. She will be a queen. But I don't know. She technically did want to be queen. She was always kind of a lady, and she wanted to be queen. That's why Kevin had to die. Once she met Joff, she wanted to be queen. But she will have power. Who cares about the title? Yeah, that's true. It is interesting, though, to think. Because I guess the big difference will be, do they keep the government the same, or do they change it? They say that season 8 is full of betrayals. Who betrays who? What if Sansa actually ends up betraying Jon and Dany, and it gets her killed? Think about that. What if? That's kind of. I think that's going to be part of my video too. What if she ends up betraying Jon and Dany? Tyrion for president. Martin takes inspiration from the War of the Roses. Honestly, I can't really get into like historical type things because I honestly just don't know much about it. Don't know much about it. I like Sansa and Tyrion for post-war power couple of Westeros. Yeah, you ship them in quotation marks. I'm just kidding. I'm never going to use that word again. Oh, Amelia C says, just stopping by, hit the like button, have a good night all. I appreciate it. Hopefully, is this your last day of work, I think? But nonetheless, hopefully enjoy your days off. You have a good night, for sure. We got about 5 more minutes. We're going to start wrapping it up. You guys have been absolutely awesome today. And did you guys enjoy What If Wednesday? You guys want to do it every Wednesday? Or would you guys rather just do regular streams? I mean, we're going to be doing regular streams all the time anyways, but I don't know. I don't know if you guys really enjoyed it or not. I had a blast. I thought it was awesome. Gives us something to really talk about. But yeah, definitely let me know what you think. I got a bad feeling I may not be able to upload tomorrow. Where's my trash can? There it is. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to upload tomorrow. And it's gonna be super hard making a video tomorrow for Friday as well. It's going to be tough. Yes, every Wednesday. All right, we will do it. So do you guys want to do 2 topics? 2 topics next Wednesday. We'll do what if, what was the first one? What if Tywin didn't die? And then what if, did we say what if Ned didn't die? No, there was a different one. What if Tywin didn't die will be one of them. And then we will do something else. All right, looks like you guys are all liking it. So we will definitely do it. Have a good night, Sonya. Thank you so much for stopping by. All right, well, you guys just let me know what kind of what ifs you want to see next. You can leave it in a comment in the actual video if you want to, or you can just say it right here. We'll check it out. But we'll definitely do what if Tywin didn't die, because that's super interesting. And then we'll see what else you guys want to do. And we'll do 2 topics instead, so it'll be a little bit easier. What if Robb married that Frey? Oh shit! All right, we'll do that one. What if Tywin didn't die, and what if Robb didn't break his oath and actually married the Frey? We'll do that one. That's awesome. All right. Hopefully you guys have a wonderful night. We will, what if Hot Pie can make me dinner? You'd have to invite me over for sure, because I want some hot pies cooking. But, yes. So, yeah, I'm probably not going to be able to upload tomorrow. That's going to suck. I don't know. I might try to figure something out. May do the plot leak. Episode 4, I think. I don't know. Shoot. But, all right. Hopefully you guys have a great night. I'm just sitting here disgusted at myself because I'm already going to miss an upload. I mean, it has been 9 straight days, so that's not too bad. But, all right. You guys have a fantastic night. I got to get ready to go work out so I can go to bed soon.